Here is Arslan Akhtar with Samra Kambal, and today we are presenting on the nitrogen cycle. Firstly, we need to know about what is nitrogen cycle and why it is important for us. What are the steps that are involved in the nitrogen cycle, and what are the environmental factor and human activities to impact on the nitrogen cycle. Department of Biochemistry presented by Arslan Akhtar and Samra Kambal, submitted to Dr. Samia. Abstract. Nitrogen was discovered by the Daniel Rutherford in 1772, and the nitrogen cycle is a natural process. Nitrogen fixation, how nitrogen goes from air into the soil. Nitrification, how it turned to form the plants can use. Means to say that nitrogen is converted into useful form where plant can use it for the synthesis of their nitrogenous compound like protein, nucleic acid, DNA or RNA. Ammonification, how it goes back into the soil from dead plants and animals. And denitrification, how it turned to the atmosphere when the plants are dead. Uh, they are buried under the soil, and then the nitrogen that are organic in nature, that are firstly converted into the useful form, then is converted into unuseful form where the atmosphere catch it. And introduction. Nitrogen is abundantly present 78% in the atmosphere. Total volume of nitrogen that are present in our atmosphere is 78. And this nitrogen that are present 78% in the atmosphere we cannot utilize directly from air. We cannot directly get from inhalation process. Our animal, our plant do not get these nitrogen in their directly form, so it converted need to convert into useful form by some kind of bacteria or artificial process. We can discuss it later. Plant can take up nitrogen from the soil. Nitrogen present in the soil can ultimately track back to the atmosphere. Nitrogen is very important for plant as it consistent of protein, nucleic acid and variety of other compounds. Mostly plants obtain nitrogen from the soil as a nutrient and ammonification, ammonia salt. Form of nitrogen, we will discuss how many form of nitrogen, organic and inorganic. These are two forms that are present in our atmosphere, in the soil or in the whole world. The nitrogen that are present in our soil is inorganic in nature, and the nitrogen that we can use in our diet, the plants can use from the soil, and we provide the plants like fertilizers. The fertilizer is basically composed of nitrogen or nitrogenous compound like ammonia, ammonium nitrate, ammonium sulfate, etc. Organic form of nitrogen as ammonia NH3, and ammonium nitrite, nitrate, nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, and inorganic nitrogen as N2. Normal nitrogen gas that are present in our atmosphere. What are the nitrogen cycle? The natural cycle. Nitrogen cycle is a natural cycle, continuous process in which the nitrogen is converted from one form to another form and circulated between atmosphere, soil and living organisms. Means to say that the nitrogen that are present in our atmosphere is unuseful form. This is converted into the useful form by some kind of actions. This process is called nitrification. Sorry, we can say that this is a nitrogen cycle process, part of nitrogen cycle process. Firstly, nitrogen is converted into useful form and circulated between atmosphere, soil and living organism. Means nitrogen, we convert nitrogen from soil to the atmosphere. We need some step, for example we need some bacteria that are present in the nodules of the plants, and these fix the nitrogen and then convert it, and then the plant it from the soil or from the bacteria, and then we eat plant or any other type of herbivores eat plants. Then carnivores eat that organisms that eat the plant, and they get the nitrogenous compound from plant, and plant get the nitrogenous compound from the bacteria or soil. This revolves around living organisms from soil. Soil is a dead to the means to say biotic to the abiotic process. Abiotic stimulation process is nitrogen fixation, ammonification, nitrification, and denitrification, and assimilation and mineralization. These are the five steps that are involved in the nitrogen cycle. Importance of nitrogen cycle: nitrogen is very vital component of our body. We cannot we cannot have any existence in the world without nitrogen. Means proteins like nucleic acid, we have proteins in our body. Our body basically worked on proteins. Protein are very essential component: nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, and chlorophyll. These are the components that are basically composed or depend upon the nitrogen. Ecosystem fertility: maintain the soil fertility. A biological process: photosynthesis, respiration, DNA replication, food chain, interconnect the producer, herbivores and carnivores. Like I said before, recently, the plant get the nitrogen from the bacteria or the soil, and the herbivores eat the plant, and then the carnivores eat the that herbivores, and the energy flow from plant to the herbivores to the carnivores, and in that case we are the omnivores. We eat plant and animals both, halal animals. Ecosystem health: healthy nitrogen cycle support our biodiversity and ecosystem health. Human agriculture: nitrogen fertilizer to enhance the crop growth. Nitrogen fixation definition that nitrogen fixation is a process by which atmospheric nitrogen is converted into ammonia or ammonium, which are more accessible to the living organisms. Importance: nitrogen fixation is a crucial step in the nitrogen cycle. It provides a pathway for the making nitrogen available to the ecosystem and human agriculture. There are the two main types of nitrogen fixation: biotic and abiotic. The steps that are involved in nitrification: types of nitrogen fixation are biological nitrogen fixation, industrial nitrogen fixation, and the last one is non biological nitrogen fixation. Biological nitrogen fixation: the process is carried out by the specialized nitrogen fixing bacteria, are often in the root nodules of the leguminous plant like soybean and clover. Some symbiotic bacteria, blue-green algae, and some free-living bacteria can fix the nitrogen as organic nitrogen. Symbiotic bacteria are Rhizobium and symbiotic blue-green algae or species of nostoc, anabina, etc. And the free-living bacteria are Azotobacter, Rhodospirillum, etc. and nitrogenous enzymes. These type of bacteria, algae, or any kind of free-living bacteria contain nitrogenous compound that basically fix the uh, nitrogen from unusable form to the useful form. Biological nitrogen fixation: biological nitrogen fixation carried out by the nitrogen fixation bacteria, reducing of nitrogen gas to ammonia, and these are the process in which 2 nitrogen plus 8 proton of hydrogen plus 8 electron, they are the reactant, and the product is two ammonia groups and one hydrogen. Hydrogen basically composed of two molecules and one molecule of hydrogen. We can say that oxidation of ammonia, NH3 to ammonium, and these are the reaction. Ammonia react with water to form ammonium and one hydroxide ion. This observed by the plant. Industrial nitrogen fixation. Humans have developed industrial process to fix the nitrogen on the massive scale, like Bush process to fix nitrogen on the larger scale for the agriculture and industrial process. We have artificially designed a process named Bush process. We fix the nitrogen from that process. This is same as it is like biological nitrogen fixation. This process is developed by the Fritz Herbert and Carl Busch, so the name as Busch process, the last name of both persons. Humans have developed industrial process to fix the nitrogen on a massive scale. The Haber-Bosch process, the atmospheric nitrogen combined with hydrogen to produce ammonia. The synthetic ammonia is crucial component in the production of fertilizers. Ammonium are the crucial product because plant need nitrogen to their growth for their synthesis of protein or nucleic acid or any kind of other process like amino acids etc. And these are the basic process that are involved in herbicide process. We have nitrogen, we add uh, three molecules of hydrogen, and they forms ammonia, two molecules of ammonia. Non-biological nitrogen fixation. Lightning provide enough energy to break the nitrogen bond and two bond, means nitrogen gas bonds that are present on the atmosphere. When the atmospheric light like strike on the nitrogen, the bond between the nitrogen is break and lead to the formation of reactive nitrogen compound like uh, N, simple N. They bind with the molecule of oxygen. They forms NO3 and nitrite NO2, which are then deposited to the soil through after raining, after any kind of any kind of like fogging or smoke etc. They form smoke. If the nitrogen if same nitrate or nitrite are bind with the hydrogen to form any kind of other stuff, in the presence of light and heat they form a nitric acid that are very toxic to the our health and kill the fishes, and they are present in basically on the acid rain. Formation of nitric acid. These are the reaction that are involved in the formation of nitric oxide and oxidation of nitric oxide. Then we have dissolution of nitrogen dioxide in water to form nitric acid HNO3 that are very toxic and kill the fishes when the acid rain happened during the acid raining. These are the steps of nitrogen cycle that are revolved between plant, living organisms, soil, etc. that we see in the definition of nitrogen cycle. Uh, we start from here. Nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation, and then bacteria present on the root nodules of the plants. Then it goes like ammonia and ammonium observed by the nitrification process, and then plant can observe this kind of stuff, and nitrates and denitrification process, and this goes back to the soil. Like we see the assimilation process, nitrate are observed by the plant, that process. This on this step, plant are eaten by the animals. Animals do urine जो urine contain the nitrogenous compound, if we deplete excess nitrogen from our body, the best way is the urination. Urination is a process in which we expel out different toxic compound from our body. They are urine goes back to the decomposers. Bacteria and fungi are observe it, and assimilation process. Ammonia are also produced and then nitrification, nitrite, and denitrification also happened. Fertilizers are also play important role. Fertilizers also provide ammonia, nitrates, nitrate are then absorbed by the plants. And if we see the natural process, what are the natural process that are happened? For natural process, we have lightning, eruptions of volcanoes, and we have acid rain. These are the natural processes, but acid rain is not natural process. It may be semi-synthetic or semi-natural process, because fossil fuels are burned in our factories, in our vehicles, produce toxic gases and toxic oxides that are bind with hydrogen and water molecules and produce acid rain. Acid rain kill the this goes in the water and kill the fishes as well as the bacteria that are present on the root nodules of the plants. Then have Samra's presentation. Assimilation and mineralization. Assimilation and mineralization are two interconnected process in the nitrogen cycle, involved in the uptake and release of nitrogen by living organism and break of organic nitrogen compound respectively. Assimilation definition: assimilation is a process by which plant and animal take up inorganic nitrogen, typically in the form of ammonia or nitrate, and incorporate it into the biological molecules such as the protein and nucleic acid. Assimilation, plant uptake. Plant assimilate nitrogen by absorbing ammonia or nitrate from the soil through the root nodules. These forms are essential for the plant growth and development. Role in plant growth: nitrogen is a vital component of ammonia and chlorophyll. Animals uptake nitrogen obtained from by consulting plant and other animals. Nitrogen storage: assimilated nitrogen is stored in the form of protein, nucleic acid, and other organic molecules in the cell of plants and animals. Assimilations have these type of reaction that are involved in assimilation process. First reaction: ammonia by ammonia react with oxygen and hydrogen molecules to form nitrate and two molecules of nitrogen, and the enzyme that are used at that time is known as ammonium monooxygenase AMO. Nitrite assimilation: how nitrite assimilated in plants. Reaction 1: nitrite nitrate bind with the hydrogen and water to form no nitrate react with water molecule to form nitrate and produce oxygen and hydrogen molecule. The enzyme that are used is nitrate reductase. Reaction number 2: nitrite bind with water molecules and form ammonia and two hydroxide molecules. The enzyme that are used at that time is nitrite reductase. Amino acid synthesis. Amino acids are essential building blocks of proteins and formed through a series of biochemical reactions involved various enzymes. Mineralization, also known as ammonification, is the deposition of organic matters that contain nitrogen, such as dead plant and animals. The process releases the nitrogen in inorganic compound back to the environment in the form of ammonia. Decomposers role: decomposers, microorganisms including bacteria and fungi, play a critical role in the mineralization. They break down complex organic molecules, releasing the ammonium in that process. Same as it is like we see before. Mineralization, and that have mineralization same as it is like ammonification reactions. Reaction number one, inorganic, sorry, organic nitrogen compound proteins bind with hydrogen to form amino acids. Protease and peptidase enzymes are used in the formation of a peptide bond and the breakdown of that peptide bond. Reaction to amino acids to form ammonia. Deaminase is an enzyme that extract the amino or ammonia group from the amino acids and decarboxylase enzymes. Ammonification and mineralization reaction 1, ammonium bind with the two molecules of oxygen and the product is nitrite and two molecules of water. Ammonium monooxygenase AMO, same as it is like before. We see that enzymes are used before. Reaction 1, nitrite bind with oxygen to form nitrite and two molecules of hydrogen, sorry, water, and the enzymes are used as nitrooxidoreductase, nitrite oxidoreductase. These are the human impact on the nitrogen cycle. Fertilizers overuse. We use fertilizers overuse the cause land pollution, etc. And fossil fuels combustion release nitrous oxide that we see in the acid rain cause the air pollution. Livestock farming, animals waste contribute to pollution. Deforestation also disrupt the normal natural nitrogen cycling process. Land use, the changes, urbanization and agriculture's affect the nitrogen balance and nitrogen depositions. These are the basically effect that cause disturbance in the nitrogen process, and these effects are caused by the humans. And these are the sources that we get from the data. And thank you very much. Do you have any question you can ask freely?